Hey, my friends. Oh my gosh, I'm getting myself all just like set up over here. Hello there. Hello. So, yeah, being a studio owner is saying, after this week, things will die down over and over and over again. How many times have you said this phrase? Now, I would be completely a big fat liar if I said that I have never uttered those words myself. But what if, what if we made just a few small tweaks and we could actually take that fall frenzy and go from the craziness to the calm? I know it may be hard to believe, but in this week's episode, I'm going to dive into 3 small tweaks you can make to really make fall the most favorite time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year for studio owners. Right? Oh my goodness. So we are going to dive into that day today. Now, if you want a copy of today's show notes, drop the word calm below and we will send them over to you. Now, if you're joining me, say, hey, Erin, what's up? Let me know that you're here. I always want to know who is with me when I come on live every single Wednesday and share with you different mindset and business and strategies, tips and tricks, and really hopefully sprinkle a little bit of extra joy into your life. So if you're joining me, let me know where you're coming from. Let me know how things are going for you. And if you've stumbled upon me somehow, I'm Erin Burd, and I support dance studio owners and educators just like you to really grow their businesses by creating their own unique vision of success without burnout, without overwhelm, or sacrificing your personal life, because the truth is you don't have to do that. And so if you're ready, can we go ahead and today just dive into this whole idea of the fall frenzy? Let me know in the comments below how many of you feel like this time of year is just bananas crazy. Like there's so much to do and there's not enough time to get it done. Your to-do list feels never ending. And at the end of the day, you get down and you're like, oh, what did I even accomplish today? Right? Or on the flip side, at the end of the day, hey, hello there. Yes, come in. Tell me where you're coming from. Say hello, my friends. Hello. So, fall frenzy. It's an exciting time of year, I think, for most of us, the beginning of the year. And because it's like, it's a new season, it's a new start, right? It's going to be so good. We feel rejuvenated and hope and hopeful, hopefully. But it also can feel like an awful lot. It also could feel like an awful lot. And so, this is very interesting. Technology has been kind of interesting lately, and I just had a reminder that a live is going to start, but I've already started. So, y'all, let me know, where are you watching from right now? Because I want to make sure that that I'm live everywhere that I should be, because it keeps popping up and telling me, hello, you have a live that's supposed to be starting right now. So I'm gonna multitask here and see if I can find where I am actually live at. Let me know. Okay, you're in Ontario, yay! Where am I live? Am I on my? Are you watching me from the business page? Are you watching me from my personal page? Are you on in our Facebook group? Okay, so I know that I am live on my personal page, y'all. Technology. So that's number one. I know that I'm live there. Let's look about in the group. Um, Yes, 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 yes. I'm live in the group. Thank you. Okay. I'm seeing some. See, not all these comments are coming up, y'all. This is bananas pants. I'm going to. So if I don't get to your comment right away, I apologize, but I will come back in since it's being a little wackadoodle. Okay. So awesome. Thank you. All right. Making sure I am live where I am supposed to be live. All right. Are we really ready to get this party started now that I know we're live and it's just being weird, right? Okay, so fall frenzy, how to go from craziness to calm. Ah! So again, if I don't see your comment because it's not popping up for me, I apologize. I will come back to it. I promise you. But that doesn't mean don't engage because I want to know the answers to these questions so I can make sure that we can help you. How are we going to take this fall craziness and like become zen, calm, knowing that we have everything that we need to do checked off the box? So I'm going to dive into 3 things today. Actually, I couldn't help myself. I had to give a bonus tip. So there's 4 little things that I want you to think about to help you set yourself up for success as we are moving forward this year. To move away from the chaos to really, I've got this. And I'm actually focusing on things that matter. That, my friends, is what it is all about. All right, so let's go ahead and let's dive in. The first thing that I want to say to y'all is, what is your number one priority? What is your number one goal for yourself, for your studio, for this year? Is it enrollment? Is it delegation? Is it systemizing things? What is your number one goal? And start with that. That your priorities, whatever your number one goal is, that needs to be where you focus your attention, right? And so many times so let me know, getting my studio known, visibility. Yes. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So thank you for sharing. Keep them coming, y'all. So if your number one goal is getting your studio known and increasing your visibility, then you need to make that a priority. So many times I have studio owners come to me and say, Erin, enrollment is I need to get my numbers up. Enrollment is my number one priority. And then we talk about the actions that they're taking, and they're doing all sorts of things that have nothing to do with their number one goal of increasing their enrollment. And they say, oh, I just got so busy. I don't have time to do that. Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit more later, but start with, what is your number one goal? That needs to be at the forefront of everything you do every day that you are going into work, right? What's the one thing? And if you guys haven't read the book, The One Thing, I absolutely recommend it. I am a book reader. Are y'all book readers? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you read books like voraciously? Do you just love to consume and to read and to learn? I feel like it's a way for us always to continue to learn. So anyway, reading is a priority to me, so I make sure to schedule in time for it. But the one thing, y'all, the one thing, if you have not read it, I suggest it. But start with your number one goal, right? So many books. I love books. And if I'm being completely honest with y'all, I need like the tangible book. I've tried to do ebooks and I've tried to do audiobooks. It just doesn't work for me personally. It is what it is. I love the smell and the feeling and the opening of a book and just nestling up. So, anywho, that's me. Okay, so start with, going back, y'all. Starting with your number one goal. That has to be your priority, right? Yes, tangible books. Okay, right? That has to be your priority. So there's another book, y'all, Eat the Frog, right? So here's the deal. That has to be your number one goal, your priority, your focus above all else. I've had when I dive in and then when I'm working with my clients one-on-one, or even in some of our group programs, we'll talk about what are the goals, what are your actions that you need to take that actually align with that number one big goal, that overarching goal that you have for the whole year. We need to take little baby tangible steps towards that goal. We have to take action every single day. So if you've told me getting your studio known, increasing your invisibility, what are you doing every single day consistently to move towards that goal? So start with the number one goal in mind every single day, every day. And this doesn't mean you have to do, an hour's worth or, anything like that. But what's the one small little step that you can do? Start with that. We need to know what is the big objective in mind. Then we need to break it down by day. So I believe in date and time blocking, but date blocking. So here's the thing. We get more done when we know what to expect. Think about inside our classrooms when we are teaching. You probably have a format, a formula, a strategy that you use inside your classrooms with your students, not only to get to your end desired results, but to have consistency. And for students, consistency equals calm. It equals them feeling confident and comfortable, right? And we do certain things in a certain order because it allows our students to know what's coming next and to focus solely on what's in the moment. And so we need to take kind of a cue from that and look at our own schedules and create a schedule that makes sense, that allows us to focus on certain activities on certain days, because you will be more productive than if you're running this long to-do list and you're jumping back and forth between different tasks. You guys, I'm a nerd, I guess, and I love reading about scientific studies and statistics and things of that nature. And science has shown us that when you are jumping back and forth between different tasks, that you actually become inefficient in what you're doing. Your brain takes time to go back and forth between tasks. And I know so many of us are creatives and we're like, yeah, but we just like to go with the flow and see where it takes us. And then right? We're not going to go there, right? We could do hard things. So break it down by day. So what do I mean by that? My big goal, right? Let's say is to increase the visibility and and in turn, increase my enrollment, right? So what actions am I taking on Monday to increase my visibility, right? Yes, discipline trumps motivation every time. And I have to tell you this. I know I might be going on a little bit of a tangent here, but bear with me. I think you guys will, love this little nugget here. When we look at our list and we look at the things that we really desire, right? So we really desire to increase our enrollment. We really desire to increase our visibility, right? But then we get into the day-to-day things and we tell ourselves we don't have time for certain things because they're hard or they're unfamiliar or we're not good at them. So we push them to the side instead of tackling them first, doing the hard thing first, working the discipline muscle, working the muscle, because when we work the muscle, we will get better. It will become easier. But so many times we push it to the side and say, I'm not good at that. Let me get through all these other little things that I know I can hammer out real quick, and then I'll get to this. And then somehow we never get to the hard thing, Resonate with anyone? I'm guilty of it too. Y'all, I am perfectly imperfect, right? But what I've learned is that if I try to tackle that hard thing first thing in the day or first moment I can, based upon my schedule, then the rest of the day, I feel like a huge success. I feel like a freaking rock star. And it motivates me to get more done because I'm like, gosh, I got that really hard thing done. These things are going to be like icing on the cake, right? So you start with your main goal, then you break it down by day. So I look at my calendar, you guys, and I have my calendar set up very specifically to maximize my productivity and my efficiency. I am a busy gal, just like y'all, right? I've got multiple businesses. I've got a family. I've got kiddos. I am teaching. Oh, you guys, I'm back in the classroom right now as I'm training some new staff. And so I am teaching as well, right? So I get it. We're busy, right? But we have to create a way to become more productive and more efficient. So I break it down by day. I set up my schedule in a way that makes sense, right? So Mondays is like bam, 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 bam. Coaching calls, group coaching, private coaching. I've got coaching and client fulfillment Mondays. It's a long day, but it starts my day off, my week off right. It fills my heart with so much freaking joy and gratitude because I get to see all the amazing wins and the transformation that's happening for my clients at the beginning of the week. It fills me up, it pumps me up, and it gets me motivated working through the week. Tuesdays, guess what, y'all? In the morning, I am out in the classroom. I am training and like rebuilding after this crazy pandemic. So, yeah, y'all, I'm in the classroom. Tuesday mornings in the classroom. Tuesday afternoon, guess what? I'm working. I'm over here. I'm working on content creation. I'm thinking about, ooh, what am I going to come on and talk about with y'all? Right? I work ahead. So, I didn't think about this show title yesterday or this topic yesterday. This is something that we thought about in weeks prior and we scheduled out because I work ahead. I am proactive, right? So that's what happens Tuesday. And then Wednesday, y'all, here again. So Wednesdays, I am here with you. I am sharing. I am working on visibility and sharing content and creating content. When I'm done here, I meet with my teams, right? So we have team meetings on Wednesdays as well. So I have it set up and structured. Thursdays, guess what? In the classroom, y'all. So break it down by day and what it is that you want to accomplish in alignment with your big goals. Yes? Okay. Then I talked about it just slightly. Break it down by time blocking. Literally, you guys, some of the biggest hacks that have worked for me, and I'm going to share them with you, is this. Number one, break it down by time. Document. Because here's the thing, I'm guilty of it. Let me know if you've been guilty of it before as well. But how many times have we told ourselves, oh, that's going to be a quick little thing. And then somehow we're an hour down the rabbit hole when we thought it was going to take us 10 minutes, right? So the first step is to document how long something actually takes you, right? Then as we start planning ahead and we're looking at time blocking, instead of us only blocking 15 minutes out of our schedule and then going over because it took us an hour, right? We're kind of starting to see what things take us and how long they take us to do. The other part to this is, you guys, set a timer. So for me, a big part of our coaching and consulting is, how I feel about having real human live relationships and connections with people, right? Even though it might be digital, even though it might be, online or, whatever, or even just via text, but I make it a priority. I set my timer, And I make it a priority to myself every single morning for 15 minutes to reach out to clients, to friends, to people who I want to get to know more here in our industry. I set a timer, and when that timer goes off, I am done. Even if it feels like I'm in the middle of a conversation, because here's the deal. If I walk away from a Facebook Messenger conversation because I have something else planned, I know that my community, my people, everyone who's around me is not going to be like, she just abandoned me. Oh my gosh. No, they're going to say, it's like when you take your kids to daycare and you drop them off and they're like, you think, oh my gosh, they think I'm abandoning them. No, it's, hey, I'm going to be right back. I'll be back at the end of the day. We'll come back and finish talking, right? It's the same idea. You know, I'm not abandoning you. You know, I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish the conversation. But in my schedule, like clockwork, with that timer, I'm like, next thing, because I know I have things that I need to accomplish, right? And to be able to do everything that we do, I have to live by my calendar, right? I do. That doesn't mean I'm taking away human connection. No, I'm being intentional about it, right? I mean, my goodness, this morning I've been having my conversations with some of my clients. I'm checking in on them who are in Florida, making sure they have everything that they need, making sure that they are okay, right? Me and Miss Julie K. Stalkup, we're having a hilarious conversation, right? But it's like I make it a priority. I send out, I try to be really good. And if I see it's, a birthday, I try to reach out and say happy birthday to you. But we get to decide, right? And we break it down by time. So let me know in the comments below, are you currently using your calendar to schedule out what is important to you, to block it in by time and by day? This is how we get more done. And here's the thing, I really would love for you to lean into the idea, if I just got one thing today, I would feel done. I would feel like totally accomplished. If that is it, do it first thing. Eat the frog, right? Get it done. Get it done. And you will start to get into a routine that makes sense, and things will get easier. They will go quicker, right? I remember when oh my gosh, y'all, over a year ago, when I first started doing this weekly live, if I'm being honest with you, it took me a lot longer to come up with the content, to create the idea, to write the description and the words, and to figure out what I was going to say to you, to hopefully have you come and join me. Now, it takes me like a fraction of the time, because it's a muscle that I've worked. Even though it was a hard thing, it was a muscle that I've worked, and I'm doing it frequently and consistently, and it comes so much easier. So that task now, instead of it taking me an hour, it might take me 10 minutes, right? But I have a rhythm. I have a schedule. I know when I do what, because I've set it up so. And you guys, that takes that craziness to calm. It's like, I don't know why I am on just songs are just popping in my head. Like, just do the next right thing, right? I know, because of the way I have my schedule set up, I know what the next thing is. I don't even have to think about it most of the time. I'm like, oh, I'm back from Cross City today, so I know my next step is writing my show title and getting the description together so I can input it into our Google document. So then my team has it so they can make the graphic and they can set up the event and they can, right? We have a system. And so for me, I've set up my schedule knowing what I need to do. So not only am I getting shiz done, but it is ready for those who need the information to finish and make this all happen like magic. It's not magic. It happens because we all work together really hard. But if I did not have my goals in mind, if I did not have my date blocking and my time blocking, y'all, it might not happen, right? You might have me say, well, things got really crazy, so I didn't do it this week. A lot of you know that my husband was in the hospital and I got messages, Erin, I can't believe you're going to still show up on Wednesday for your live. I'm like, nope, it's part of my schedule. No. And I knew he was okay. Obviously, if he was not doing okay and I didn't think he was, being taken care of, I obviously would not show up. We would do a replay or something of that nature. But my point is that I already had it planned. I already knew what I was talking about. So it was fine. I had given everything to my team and then I was able to show up, do the talk, and then go back and check on my hubby. Right? So break it down. Start with that big goal in mind. That has to be your driver. And if you tell me, Erin, if I tell you, here's the strategy for enrolling more students, and then I come back and check on you and I say, did you do X, Y, Z? Oh my gosh, I just didn't have time. So here's where this little bonus comes in. And if there's nothing else that you take away from today, I hope that this is your hashtag nugget. And it's probably something that you've heard before, but it doesn't hurt to have a little reminder, right? And this is actually what I do for myself when I start to tell myself I don't have time. When you find yourself saying, I'm too busy to do that, exchange it with, it's not a priority to me, and see how that feels. Because sometimes when I do that, I'm like, ooh, no, that's not really true. It is a priority, and I need discipline to make it happen. Now, I'm not saying this is about hustle, working all the time, the grind. I don't believe in that. I believe in having harmony in our business and personal life. Y'all, tomorrow, I've scheduled in our calendar, right? So tomorrow, when I'm done with my day, hubby and I, we're getting on a plane, we're going to go to Vegas for a long weekend. I get to go and be reunited with my dance bestie. No, one of my best friends who lives in another state. We're meeting up in Vegas and we're gonna go have a long weekend. And right, because we are busy and life's short, so there has to be harmony. But if you tell me, Erin, my priority is enrollment, and I say, we'll try this strategy, and they come back and say, oh, I just got so busy. Were you too busy, or did you feel like it was too hard? And so for me, whenever I start to tell me, oh, I'm too busy to do that, I stop and say, insert the thing is not a priority to me. And when I do that, a lot of times I straighten up. It gets me exactly back where I need to be. I go and get the hard thing done, right? And then I move on with my day. But so many times we tell ourselves that we're too busy to do something, when really that's a feeling and not a fact. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? It's just how we decide to use it. And so, my friends, let me know, what hashtag nugget takeaway did you have today? And let me know, have you been using time and date blocking? But the biggest thing for you guys, how to take all this craziness of all the little things, is to first start by, what is your big goal? Break it down, because then you know what you need to do to delegate. I know, I said it, y'all, delegate. You keep yourself in chaos when you try to do all the things all on your own. right? Hey, hello there. So we cannot keep, right? Yes, scheduling our time better. Rachel, I'm so proud of you for coming on and really like anchoring into that, because scheduling our time, even though it can feel maybe like constrictive, the truth is it actually frees us to get more done and to have more free time, right? Okay, so you're loosely doing time blocking. Okay, so maybe as a little goal, maybe try getting a little stricter with it for just a few weeks and see what the results are. And then you can decide. You can make an educated decision, right? But when sometimes we find ourselves loosey goosey. Oh, and I know I said it the other day and someone looked at me like I was crazy. But when I am inside my date blocking and my time blocking, I turn off notifications. I don't have email notifications coming in. I turn those things off. I will even sometimes take this little device right here that distracts us so many times and I put it in a whole different room. Why? Because I don't want to be distracted. I just want to get the thing done. And so I'm in it. I'm focused for that time that I've blocked and I set aside for my time. And that is what I do. And then when I'm done, I go check it. I'm not going to lie. Check it to make sure everything's cool with everybody, right? My life, my kids, my family, my hubby. But in that small period of time, right, I am utterly focused on the task. I don't answer the business phone. I don't return emails. I focus on the task at hand, and that timer allows me to do so because here's the thing. I know for myself, if I like said, "Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to work on this project for 3 hours uninterrupted." For me personally, that's probably not going to work. I've tried it. It's really hard and I do get distracted and my mind starts to wander. So I know for myself, I have to block smaller time chunks. Okay. But I promise you, it all starts and ends with you. What is your number one goal? Ooh, I should do a speedy recap on this. I'm going to hide this. For those of you who are coming in late or on the replay, or even maybe, hey, you might see this broken down into a reel. Oh, who knows? Who knows all the possibilities that we have for this. All right, so let's do the speedy recap before we go. Fall frenzy, how to go from craziness to calm, because here's the deal. During fall, we all feel like there's all the things happening with us, right? There's all the sort of things, right? Goal to be more efficient. Yes, love it. Okay. And how many times have we said, like, oh, when things die down, but yeah, we keep saying it over and over and over again because they don't feel like they calm down because it's all this frenzy, craziness, when really it could be calm, right? So today I wanted to dive into 3 little things, and I gave a little bit of a bonus because I couldn't help myself, about how do we take this craziness? How do we take our fall frenzy, all the schedules, and go to a calm place, right? And the first thing was we have to start with our number one goal. That has to be our priority above all else. If you tell me visibility is your priority, then what are you doing every single day to increase your visibility? If enrollment, what is it that you're doing every single day to work on your enrollment? If you say it's retention, what are we doing every single day, right? If that is your big goal for the year, what are we doing to move the needle, even if it's just like this much forward every single day? Because this much plus this much plus this, it adds up, y'all, and you will be in a completely different place, in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, if you just take those tiny baby steps every single day. And then the second thing we have to do is then look at those big goals, look at what we need to do, and break it down by day. I have certain tasks that I do on certain days because I know that it allows me to actually get more done, right? So break it down by day. Don't think to yourself, Erin, if I were to tell myself, oh my gosh, I need to think of content every day to post, and I try to do it every day, I'm probably going to miss a day or two, right? But if I set aside time, which I do on Tuesdays, Tuesday afternoons to be exact, to create content for the week, I sit down, I spend a little bit of time doing it, and guess what? I've planned out for the week, and I'm not stressing about if it's Friday and I forgot, right? Block your time in. And then, you guys, we have to break it down by time and set yourself a timer. Erase the distractions other than that timer, right? So when you're done with that task, you're done with that task. Even if you didn't finish 100%, I want you to move on to the next thing. I know I said it, right? I want you to move on to the next thing. That's not saying that it's forever. You're like, I'm leaving this. I didn't finish, so now I'm never doing it. No, but you want to keep to your schedule, honor your schedule. And then don't forget to schedule in flex time, y'all. I have flex time on Fridays to catch up on those little things that I didn't get done or I didn't finish, right? Add in flex time. And then I would be remiss if I did not give you this last little nugget. When you find yourself saying, I'm too busy to do that, exchange it with, it's not a priority to me, and see how that feels. And if it doesn't feel good, then you need to do the thing. Then you need to do the thing, right? See how it feels. My friends, let me know what your hashtag nuggets were today. Let me know how you're going to work on scheduling and becoming more efficient, because that really does take this craziness and all the fall things, and allows us to get to a calm place about it, to create systems that are rinse and repeat so it is easy, because it doesn't have to be hard. And while yes, there's a lot to get done, when you know what you're doing, when you know what's next, when you know what you're working on, it makes things easy for us. It's like, oh, yep, next up, content creation. Oh, yep, next up, choreography. Oh, next up, accounts receivable, whatever, right? Have a schedule. And then it also allows you to plan accordingly, plan ahead, right? All right, my friends. Let me know, what was your takeaway from today? Let me know how you are going to create a system and a schedule and a calendar that gives you more time freedom by actually blocking out your time, which might sound kind of silly, but it absolutely is the key to getting more done and to feeling calm in all the things that you have to do. And it allows you that view of what it is you could actually delegate and how to start delegating. So, my friends, I'm going to leave you there. I hope that you have a fantastic week. I will be back next Wednesday for more joy, more mindset, more business strategy, tips, and tricks for another episode of the Erin Burd Live Show. And y'all, feel free, if you know someone who needed to hear this today, sprinkle the love around. It made my heart so happy, because truth is that we're better together. I truly believe that. So I'm going to leave you there. Have a fantastic week, my friends, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye, guys.